It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. We got another video suggested by one of you guys in the Discord community, so shout out to Unruly Line47 for suggesting this r/Dead by Daylight Rage post. Now, this one in particular talks about the 7 to 8 flashlights plus flashbangs in 2v8, and when I skimmed what the post actually says, it really had a lot of good information. I really think it offers like pretty much everything that I had an issue with 2v8 in all its iterations currently, and why I've hated 2v8 for so long. But we'll get into all that in a moment. Let's actually read what the post says. So it says, just finished an awful last 2v8 match. I'm not the best killer and I normally just go with the flow, but I'm not an awful and can normally handle my own. Typical flashy saves don't bother me. So right off the bat, I kind of understand that. Like, I constantly have said this. Like, anybody who's rolling into 2v8, at least with this current day and age, where I'm a casual player now, I used to be very heavy with trying to win. Used to try to be, I wanted to be the #1, or like top 10 ghost face if I could do that. Obviously, stuff like that. So, as a casual player, I know where they're coming from. Because they want to get in, and I haven't even read the rest yet, but I already know just from how awful it is. I'm essentially a casual player now, right? And I can say with confidence, like, it's not fun. And just normally, like, I think just every time I've played 2v8 in this current iteration, I had a bad time. Like, it was very annoying, unfun, and irritating to deal with. But let's continue. They say, however, this 8-person Swift, which, here's the key. This is the part that really had me wanting to talk about this. 8-person Swift. And I know some people, when I said this to them, they're like, what? That's a thing? I'm like, yup. I've gone against it in, like, I've gone against 8-man Swifts at least like 5 times every iteration. Like, I can almost say that with confidence. Because there will be people streaming, we'll look at the VOD, or we'll look at their stream, 8 people in the lobby. You're like, what the fuck? Like, it's really bad. And I'm talking like at least, I'm gonna say 5 the maximum, but I'm pretty sure minimum maybe 2 matches. Mind you, it takes a while to get into these games anyway. So out of the sessions, I would definitely say that I've encountered a numerous 8-person Swifts. And the way I've noticed it was because of the fact that either they were always, either depending on what killer you're playing, countering your killer in some kind of way while other people are on the gens at the same time. Then they slink right back over to that same gen while another person's running the other way, the other person's blinding while the other person does something else. Like, if they're way too coordinated, I'm like, they're way too perfect with how they time things, aim things, you know what I mean? Like, you know, placements, positioning, all that kind of stuff, like repairing the pallets. I was like, yeah, it's a Swift. You know what I mean? And I've gone against so many like that. I'm like, yeah, you could just tell, because certain gens are a little too fast. They come out pretty rapidly. Just judging by like all the other stuff I mentioned, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. So they say, however, this 8-person Swift somehow managed to have between 7 flashlights on top of flashbangs in 2v8. They were constantly blinding me and my teammate no matter what we did. Is that even possible? And the answer to that is yes, it is possible. And the reason they would have had, like, you know, 7 flashlights would be because 4 people out of the 8 would have the flashlight class. Then what they can do also is also equip flashbangs through them repairing the gen. Then other people can either open chests, or the person like that is opening chests can pass the flashlight to somebody else. You know, stuff like that. So like, depending, you know, on, you know, the luck and stuff like that of what they have or whatever the case may be. But remember, they spawn in with flashlights, so that's already 4 people with flashlights. They can even hand each other flashbangs by dropping it on the ground. The other one picks it up, yada yada yada. You can keep just making flashbangs over and over and over. So that, yeah, like, that is 100% possible. Yeah. And it's like the common, like, it's so common to find flashlights too. Like, it's so chances are, like, he either got, like, they got really unlucky where he went against people that were all, like, just having every flashlight in the chest, and it's like, holy smokes. And I don't know if it's possible. I have to read the classes again. I probably won't, though, because that's a lot of work. Especially with this terrible-ass game. I don't want to give it my time. But I'm going to assume that there's some way to be able to find flashlights more commonly when it comes to the class. Probably isn't, though. They say, why is it possible if they can get that many flashlights? They say, am I being too forward saying that they had to be hacking? And the answer is no. I don't think it's that forward at all. Because somebody did report on Reddit that they did have a hacker, which shout out to whoever put that in the suggested post in the Discord. When I was skimming through, I was like, oh, yeah, like that makes sense. They say, then they came to Endgame chat and said we were bad and we needed to learn how to play better. Which is the classic survivor gaslighting. They say at one point, 3 of them were blinding me continuously. Somehow the flashlights never seemed to run out of juice. They said it was strategy. I don't think it was strategy. I think it was cheating, but that's besides the point. They say, no, either y'all somehow managed to cheat your way into that many flashlights, or the game magically gave you all enough flashlights to cover basically everyone. They say one of the worst ones was a streamer, and was getting a kick out of being a toxic troll. He only had 1 viewer, so it stands to reason that he has 1 viewer because he's a toxic butt. I legit want to uninstall my game after going through that. I normally don't normally rage over this game, but this had me fuming. So what my response to this person would be is that I hope this is a wake-up call for you to stop playing this game. I hope that this is a wake-up call for you to stop playing this game, to understand that this game is not concerned about you, who you decide to play, if you love the game or not. They are not concerned about you. You decided to play killer, so now you suck. Now you're going to get wedgie, thrown into the locker, swirly, whatever the case may be. Now you're the butt of the joke. That is what behavior has basically told us. So yes, this is what they promote. This is what they want. This is what behavior is asking for. They want streamers with 1 viewer, being probably himself, to go around and shit on everybody with broken mechanics, uncounterable mechanics, broken things, you name it. And you, the killer player, have to feel bad and have to suck it up and play more games, and then they can keep getting buffs in the next update. It's a problem. And I'm hoping, dude, let this be a wake-up call. Stop playing this fucking game. There's no, like, you should not be playing this game. Because the next iteration will be the same exact as the last one. And then the next one will be the same exact as the last one. But then they'll make it so that they spawn with flashlights and flashbangs and have a speed boost so that when they, like, you know, they'll have base kit background player, knowing behavior. They'll give them base kit background player. And then what they're going to do is nerf killer abilities so that they take 120 seconds to recharge. And then what they're going to do is also nerf blight even more. For 2v8, and then they're also going to make sure that we get no new killers for 2v8 because that's enough, you know, that's too much fun to be had there, so they want to remove that. We already know that, right? We already know that. So like I keep saying, let it be a wake-up call. Stop playing the game. Stop. Like, you're just making it worse for yourself. You don't need to be having high cortisol gameplay from this piece of shit game. The game's not interested in trying to give you a fun experience. The devs are not interested in giving you a fun experience. So this person says the classes do cap at 4, but every time I open a chest, there's a flashlight in it. There's no fog vials or keys, so it's 50-50 with a flashlight or a toolbox. Now, what's funny for me is, like, when I did play the 2 to 3 matches I had to do to get into the killer games lately, it has just been like fog vials. So that was funny. All I got was a med kit and a fog vial, but then again, I wasn't running around opening every chest, so who knows. But from the 2 chests I did open, I was like, yeah, that's pretty useless, but regardless. So this person says, I'm using 2v8 to practice them because I never really use them and it feels low stakes. I'm bad though, so I only get 2 to 3 a game. Promise I'm not trying to be toxic, it's just fun. Have those matches with killer though. This is something I've mentioned like a lot when it comes down to 2v8s and why the queue times are always disgusting. I've constantly said this. I was like, the people that are like logging in to play 2v8 are all survivor mains. Like they, like, you know, you would think it's like a killer's paradise because we get to finally play with our friends who are also killer mains or whatever the case may be. But no, that's not it at all. All the survivor, like baby survivors, oh, I can play killer now. And I'm like, okay, but you were You could have played killer at any point throughout the year, but all of a sudden, like when 2v8's out, oh, now you want, oh my god, killer, I can finally play it. Like, you could have played it all year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could easily practice killer at any time, but for some reason with 2v8, oh, finally! Like, you know, come on. So, of course, us killer players are like, oh, finally, we can team up. You gotta wait for 30 minutes. You gotta wait 37 minutes to be exact. If I had to correct myself, it was 37 minutes the last match I played with a friend of mine. 37-minute queue. I was like, wow! Like, it used to be 20, 21, 25 back in the back when it came out. So 37, bro? Like, excuse me? There you go. You're welcome. So the classes should cap at 2 with 8 survivors, 4 classes, 2 each should balance the mode out a lot. I do kind of agree with that. Like, they need to add more restrictions to keep it a little bit more fun in that way, so there's more variety. Because, like, when you keep letting everything run around rampant, like multiple healers, multiple this, it makes things way, like, out there where it's like, that's not even, like, that's not really fun to deal with. Because remember, like, we already saw the post where Behavior was trying to claim, like, that, which we're gonna post that video in the future, but ideally, we're talking about, they're focusing on the fun parts. So why are we not concerned about killer fun? Because I don't think killers want to have to face the 4 classes of the same kind that all stack with each other. Like, that's crazy. Like it doesn't add any, like, strategy or skill. Which, I mean, Survivor has never been skillful at this point, considering how much handholding they do. But still. Now, I'm curious to hear what you guys think, of course, in the comment section. But I want to quickly talk about what I've hated about 2v8 up to this point. And a little bit of a what do you call that? Like a rapid fire format, okay? I'm gonna give you a list. So 1, and no particular order. So we have 1, the comeback mechanics. If you are performing well on killer, you're gonna give them a gen speed bonus of 5%, I believe, because you're hooking too much. If too many gens get done, it supposedly slows the gens down, but it really doesn't affect the gen speed pretty much at all because they can team up on gens. So it's essentially a free gen speed bonus at all times, regardless of what they say. Let's see. The removal of Legion. I've hated that too. It was one of the most fun characters to play as, especially with the absolute, like, you know, rush of brain chems you get from just getting those frenzy downs. And I remember everyone was like, "No, I can't do it. I can't get frenzy downs." And I would just get them, like, back to back to back. And I was like, "Yeah, these people don't know what they're talking about." I hate that Chucky's weak as shit. Like, he's so slow and garbage. It's really bad. I hate that Oni's turn rate was really dog shit too. I miss the old Billy, like the OG Billy, where, like, he would, like, one hit instead of instantly down you. But with the increased turn rate, like, I was like, man, it was fun, like, zipping around the map. What else is there to hate on this for this 2v8? I mean, the vials were returned. Like, a lot of people said we don't want that. They added it right back in. So I'm like, okay, they don't listen to anything that anybody fucking says. What else can we add on to that list? I mean, my goodness, like, the fact that Wesker was bugged for numerous 2v8s, that it would just soft lock you so you couldn't play the game. And it would soft lock you and the person you grabbed, so both of you couldn't play the match. So love that. Don't forget the palo density. Don't forget the gigantic amount of, like the giant jungle gyms that you can't loop around. I hate Larry's, especially. Larry's is one of the worst maps they could have added for the 2v8 because Billy just can't use his power. That's a fucking pain in the ass. I mean, the flashlight class with flashbangs and blast mine, fucking broken. Like, I don't know why that's in the game. I get they want to have fun, but, like, come on, dude. You gotta, like, why are we not concerned with killer fun, too? Like, why do we not make it so everyone has fun? Like, I don't understand why they're only concerned with survivor fun, but whatever. I also hate that they nerfed the classes. The classes got nerfed very heavily. Like, they used to be way more useful and unique. Back in the even the first iteration had interesting ideas where it was, like, trying to synergize with your teammate on, like, with Billy, for example. If you were to saw next to somebody and your teammate was nearby, that survivor would get exposed. So you could just, your teammate can one-shot those people if they're close by. That was nice. You work together. Like, you know what I mean? Especially if you're like playing Billy and you were, say you miss, or you're like, you line it up. I used to do that too. Of course, the map designs are also very bad. The killers don't feel very strong. Like Death Slinger doesn't feel very different from 1v4. Even though he's going against 8 survivors, he just has to be the same 1v4 slow ass, which is terrible. So the lack of creativity, I think, is definitely very showing. They're very interested in only focusing on survivor players instead of trying to consider killer fun as well. Stuff like that. So, I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, of course, of what you think of the topic. Consider checking out the other channel of my main channel when I talk about other gaming and other like video essays, stuff like that. Also check out the Rivals channel for Rivals content, because I've been talking about Rival stuff whenever I can. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, we're gonna shout out all the members. So shout out Patreon Crow Vader. So shout out to Raz Makai, Cozy with Brando, Evil Blade 17 as well. Also Cargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Christian, and Crow Vader. Appreciate you guys, man. If you want your name read off at the end of every video, you can go ahead and become a member. With one of the tiers is the bonus you get. So appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.